Hi, and welcome to my reaction video to Jelly's reaction video to Sunny V2's video titled The Brutal 92% Decline of Jelly, which was published last month and has attracted 3.2 million views so far. I just wanted to say I am impressed with Jelly's response to the video, and he took it in stride and reacted professionally to the largely constructive criticism and points made by Sunny V2. I like Jelly's videos and channel and have been following his videos for years. I'm from a much older generation and like about 25 to 35% of the content he produces, so I'm not a diehard fan, but I do enjoy his good chemistry with his friend Slogo and search for his videos from time to time, so hopefully I can add a different perspective to this topic. But ultimately the theme of this video is, I support Jelly as an artist and think he has done a great job. With all that said, let's get into this.
Welcome to the Brainy Andy Gaming channel. Let's play.
I was probably talking about my channel's performance. At one point, I had 511 million views in a month. This was at the start of COVID, and well, it was crazy, but now I'm rocking 47 million views a month. That's like 90%.
Okay, let's stop the video right here and analyze what Jelly said and what the graphics said. 500 million views per month to now, about 50 million views per month, or as Jelly says, about a 90% drop-off. Now, at first glance, yes, 90% is a steep drop. But don't forget to factor in how high Jelly's initial number was at the start of COVID in 2020. And so 90% drop isn't as bad as it sounds, but it's all about perspective. A vast majority of YouTubers like myself are not in Jelly's elite company, even factoring in the steep 90% drop. So why are we throwing stones, and why do I see negative comments on his video and Sunny V2's video like poor Jelly or what happened to Jelly is sad and so on? I, for one, am not one to cast stones. Jelly is still a very popular and successful YouTuber when compared to the vast majority of us YouTubers. It's all about perspective. Let's look behind the numbers a little more in terms of money. Let's bring in our good friend ChatGPT Model 4. Now, I don't exactly know what assumptions to make about Jelly's channel, so let's keep it broad. I'm going to ask it 3 questions to help bring everything into better perspective. First, what percentage of YouTubers actually generate a minimum of 50 million views per month? Second, how much revenue if 500 million views per month on YouTube? And 3, how much revenue is 50 million views per month on YouTube?
Let's get into this. ChatGPT. Oh, wise ChatGPT. How many YouTubers have a minimum of 50 million views per month? Enter. ChatGPT says, as an AI language model, I cannot provide real-time information or data. My knowledge only goes up to September 2021, and I'm unable to access any data information beyond that point. The number of YouTubers with a minimum of 50 million views per month would have likely changed since then. Okay, that's understood. To get the most accurate and up-to-date information on this topic, you may want to use a web analytics service like Social Blade or vidIQ to look at YouTube statistics, okay, yada yada. It's not exactly what I was looking for, so let's modify this question a little bit. Take your best guess based on available data. Let's see what ChatGPT says. And it says, based on the data available up to September 2021, it's difficult to provide an exact number of YouTubers with a minimum of 50 million views per month. However, I can give you a rough estimate. Okay, great. Now we're getting somewhere. In 2021, there were numerous popular YouTubers and channels that consistently generated tens or hundreds of millions of views per month. Okay. A conservative estimate could be there were at least several hundred channels worldwide that met or exceeded 50 million views per month threshold. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. A few hundred. Wow, that's not a lot. Let's try another variation of this question. So what's your best guess percentage then of all your YouTubers who generate 50 million views per month? I'm just looking for percentage here. It's difficult to provide an exact percentage of YouTubers who generate 50 million views per month, but I can offer you a rough estimate based on this data available up to September 2021. Okay, so ChatGPT continues to say that most channels have a modest audience or inactive. Okay, that makes sense. Given that there were likely several hundred channels worldwide generating 50 million views per month or more in 2021, the percentage of channels in this category would be extremely small, likely well below 0.1%.
So this is my first point based on available data. Jelly is an elite YouTuber still, even at 50 million views per month. And that's with a lot of people going back to normal routines after COVID, quote unquote, has ended. Now, I don't know if Jelly will get back to 500 million views or more per month ever again, but does it matter? 50 million views per month is still a very elite statistical number. As a new YouTuber, I get excited seeing hundreds or thousands of views on a video. LOL. Again, perspective, Jelly is still a rock star to me. I'm sure a lot of you would also agree, but of course, definitely not everyone. Also, can you imagine when new games like GTA 6 hit the market relatively soon? That 50 million views per month is likely to really surge again. So I'm perplexed at some of these YouTube comments saying things like, I have never even heard of Jelly until Sunny V2's video, and I used to follow Jelly when I was really young, but I got older and moved on. These comments are no doubt true, but kind of missing the point. There are other people who have still followed Jelly throughout the years, despite getting older and becoming adults into their 20s and 30s. But Jelly also has a following among older fans too, regardless if they are subscribers or just search out his content from time to time. Despite this, Jelly is still very successful, and there's really no reason to think of Jelly's channel as now a quote-unquote failure or as failing. That's overly critical in my opinion. Let's ask ChatGPT our second question.
How much money is generated if I have a YouTube channel that generates 500 million views per month? Enter. ChatGPT says the amount of money you could generate from a YouTube channel with 500 million views per month depends on several factors, including your CPM, cost per thousand views, and whether your channel is part of the YouTube Partner Program. Okay, let's assume it is. It also depends on various factors such as content type, audience demographics, and ad demand. Okay, so CPMs can range from 25 cents on the dollar to $10, although more commonly they fall between $1 and $3. Let's take a conservative average CPM of $2. Okay, it's doing some math here. So ballpark figure, Jelly's channel was probably making in early 2020 about $1 million per month from a YouTube channel of 500 million views per month. Okay, so that's a rough estimate, but ballpark figure. I don't have any specifics about Jelly, so that's very interesting. Okay, so now let's go to question number 3. How much revenue or money is generated on a YouTube channel that has 50 million views per month, which is obviously Jelly's current number? And let's see what the math is there. Okay, so ChatGPT says to estimate that, okay, again, there are going to be variables here, so let's let it finish typing out the CPM assumptions. Okay, so 25 cents to $10 with a more common range of $1 to $3. Okay, so and it's giving me some math here. Based on this calculation, a YouTube channel with 50 million views per month could potentially generate 100,000 in revenue. Okay, so even though Jelly's not making let's say $1 million per month or 12 million a year, $100,000 per month is nothing to sneeze at. And if you're 99% plus of regular YouTubers like me, you know, that is still an elite number. But that's my point. It's an elite number still.
By 2019, Jelly was gaining well over 200 million views every single month, helping him to receive his Diamond Play button and purchase a $6.5 million property in Monaco.
Okay,
However, while
didn't buy that. Sometimes clickbait is too effective. Yeah, I know, that was just a house tour of a house I lived in at the time, but I didn't buy it, and it's also not worth $6.5 million. I'm sorry, you got clickbaited.
This brings up a few points. Sunny V2 does get some things apparently wrong, like the $6.5 million mansion purchase, which Jelly denies. For Sunny V2 to include this important big fact, more verification should have been done, else it unfairly and negatively portrays Jelly in a negative light. It is good to see Jelly point this out. However, let's point out that Sunny V2 does get other things right, such as Jelly's 100,000 euro boat purchase. Although he got the €1 million price tag wrong, again a big error. But Sunny V2 does accurately point out the 2 Lambo purchases Jelly made. I don't begrudge Jelly for making big purchases. If he's bringing in big money, he can buy whatever he wants. There is a fine line, though, about flaunting one's success, and I don't think he's crossed that line. Jelly acknowledged this later in the video, so kudos to him. And the bottom line is, I don't begrudge him for enjoying the fruits of his success, because many of us would probably do the same thing as Jelly, even though a percentage would criticize him for this. The most important point made by Sunny V2 and acknowledged by Jelly is, do these big purchases detract away from Jelly's creativity and effort in making videos? Probably. And Jelly acknowledges this. But who cares? His YouTube stats still speak for themselves, and many of us YouTubers would trade places with him in a heartbeat. These criticisms seem childish and a little bit jelly, pardon the pun.
These days, however, it feels as though Jelly isn't pushing these boundaries in the same kind of way. The ideas, thumbnails, and titles feel almost identical to where they were 3 years ago, but they're now being applied to less popular games. Then there's the problem of the content itself, which in all honesty just doesn't feel like there's that much effort going into it.
I would agree with Jelly on this, and Jelly acknowledges the reduced effort and quality overall. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I watch about 25 to 35% of his content. I really enjoy some of the GTA content, such as head-to-head or face-to-face and some of the golf it maps they play. I'd say that's still a pretty good percentage given the reduced effort Jelly now puts into his videos and openly acknowledges this fact in his reaction comments to the Sunny V2 video. Jelly has been around for almost 10 years. Imagine trying to keep up the max level effort for all those years. How many of us could do that?
Jelly gives off the vibe that he isn't as committed to the content as he used to be, which is an absolute necessity for the growth of a channel.
That is an absolute necessity for the growth of my channel, and I'll be honest, I'm not putting 100% of the effort into it as I probably should.
What can I say? This is just a straight up, very honest admission by Jelly. I can respect that kind of brutal honesty, even though a lot of us observed that this was probably the case with his content over the past several years. But again, at the end of the day, Jelly keeps what he earns from the work and decisions he puts in, good or bad. That's true of any channel. Jelly has nothing to prove to anyone. He doesn't owe us anything. Jelly has proven already to be a very successful YouTuber, and like I said before, who wouldn't trade places with him? So, Jelly, I support you as a content creator and congratulate you on your success. You keep doing what you do, and people will always find something in your channel to watch. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and click on the notification bell icon to receive alerts on new uploads. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in a future video. Have a great day from wherever you are watching in the world.